The Drop with Frank and Brian is officially brought to you by Switch Suspension. Switch Suspension specializes in all vehicle chassis components. Lift kits, lowering kits, air ride suspension, wheels, tires, steering, and brake upgrades. They use all the best products from the best brands. And these guys are truck guys. You roll into their parking lot at the shop and they all drive custom vehicles. So they use their products that they sell on their own vehicles. So if you guys are looking for anything for your vehicles, whether you're just starting out or you just need some replacement parts or whatever, give them a call or visit their website, switchsuspension.com.
What's up, guys? We're at Rollin with Red Rocks, and we have an announcement.
We have a brand new giveaway going down. We have a Kenwood head unit and a backup camera.
And a t-shirt.
Courtesy of Chris from Alan Ed's Escondido. This is our new giveaway, part of our new giveaway. And all you got to do to enter is either go to livelifecustom.com.
Grinder-tv.com.
And for every $5 you guys spend, you get one entry to the drawing.
And we have new you have new banner on there.
We have new banners. We have koozies. We're going to have some new shirts coming pretty soon, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, thanks. Enjoy the podcast.
We're going to start this right now.
Okay, right
Now.
Everything's good. Welcome to the show, episode 55.
55?
55, yeah, 55.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. But yeah, so this morning had a little trip, picked up some more merch for you. So you're fully stocked for this weekend.
I'm fully stocked for all the shows that I guess there's still a couple left.
Yeah, there's some shows left. Not in the next couple months, but there will be shows. And plus all your website sales. You need it for your website sales.
I have not sold anything on the website.
Oh, really? Me
Not
neither.
one thing. Not one thing. And I'm trying to get Seth to email me back. I don't want to call him and bug him, but I'm just like, hey. But we do have the, I got to update. I'm going to update my website today before I leave with the radio on it from, or the double din that we're giving away from Chris over at Alan Ed's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Escondido. So
that's awesome.
My website will be updated with that.
My website will be updated also.
Yes.
Wait, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but can I have a little show and tell time?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been working on some stuff.
Yeah.
First of all, I made some new banners, and I'll show the audience first. If you guys are familiar with one of our new designs this year, we have a dually shirt.
How big are those? Are those small?
33 by 2, 36 by 24.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are they?
I don't know.
They
They
look small on there. Like when you're holding it. Those are 36?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
36.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so I'll have these on the website. I'll have them last weekend at Rollin in the Red Rocks. Because this comes out on Monday and the weekend's over.
That's
so
right.
hopefully Rollin in the Red Rocks was a success.
Hopefully you don't have any more because you sold them all out.
Yeah, there you go. And then this. So this is what I'm excited about. I've been working on this. Someone gave me one of these back when I used to work with a drink company that shall not be named. Someone gave me this little thing, right? So for our video watchers, this is it. This is right here. This is a little tiny paper bag with my logo on it. That's a drink. It's an insulated drink koozie.
Yeah.
And so the inside has like a little bit of neoprene on it, and the outside looks like a tiny paper bag. So like for the the real ones know that, when you go down to get a drink, you put it in a little paper bag,
The real homeless ones?
Yeah, them too.
Those guys
But so anyway, a friend of ours from back east gave me like a couple ones that had the old drink company's name on it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, this is awesome. I like wonder, what's going on. So they very conveniently at the bottom put the website that you can purchase it from.
Oh, nice. Those are cool.
So yeah, so I did that, put them together, and they're super sick. I got such a great response on these. Like everybody wants one.
The great response is the money they give you for them.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And I was like wrestling. I was like, what do I sell these things for? I know what I got in them. So I settled on 2 for $5.
That's a great deal.
For two reasons. One, I mean, yeah, they're very unique and they're cool and they are a little durable, but I think after a few uses, like, they're just gonna be thrown away. So I figure 2, you get one, and then when that one goes bad, you have another one. And the other reason is $5, one entry into the drawing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you go to the website, 2 of these for $5, and you get an entry into our drawings that we give cool stuff away.
Yeah, no, that's a great deal. That I always think like koozies, because I did order koozies once just to get some to see what they would look like, and I want to order some more, but it's one of those things where you almost like those ones are cool, so you can charge for them, but like a regular koozie, I feel like you should just get like someone buys a shirt, you give them a koozie.
Yeah, I have this. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I have this bag of blank koozies that I've had for like 2 years. That I've been meaning to print on, but I never got around to it. But I also have a funny story about this. But go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. And then I get koozies. Like people give me a koozie, and then they just sit here. So I just put them in bag. Like when I ship stuff to someone, I just throw them in there.
And that will be these two. You know, like oh hey, here you go. Like I have 200 of them. So
here's the deal. They're 2 for $5, but if you buy 2 T-shirts, you get 1 for free.
There you go.
You hear that, everybody?
That's the deal.
If you buy 2 T-shirts on the website, you get a koozie for free.
Boom. That's a great idea. I like
and
it.
And a free entry.
And and like a bonus entry.
Like a bonus entry.
That's a good idea too. I like that. So you buy 2 T-shirts.
A bag bonus entry. What is that noise? What?
That's my.
I thought it was my phone. I'm all. Is that your dog's wanting to go outside?
That's my dog pressing her little button to.
It's like someone at my door.
It's someone at my door.
It's not so. It's something at your door.
So we like when you were here, last year. Our dog, we trained it to like press a button to be let inside. Well, that button went bad, so we got her a little doorbell.
That's why it like tripped me out, because I was like, that's not the regular door thing for the dogs.
No, it's a new one.
I'm all because I'm expecting some packages, but they just throw them on my doorstep.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the dog. I'm gonna shut the door. Hold on.
All right.
There, that little dog can get demanding too.
Oh yeah, it'll be nice when it'll be nice when you eventually build your podcast studio office.
I know, and then I can it'll be completely soundproof, and I just shut the doors, and then that'll be my life, living in a podcast studio. But anyway, lots of cool stuff. I like those ideas. Those are great. So hopefully when I get back, hopefully today when you guys go on the website, these will be on there for you guys to grab.
And after this podcast recording, which today is Thursday,
yeah. We're rolling out tomorrow too.
Is it already 12:44?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I need some more time.
Me too. Well, not really. Remember last week how I said that everything was going like smoothly?
Yeah.
See where we're at this week. I'm still okay. I got some more drop merchandise that I got to print, but that's about it. I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, no, I need time to edit videos. That we went to the C10 Nationals last weekend.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And it was just so the Texas Motor Speedway is right there in Fort Worth, Dallas area, and it's huge. It's a NASCAR track, so you can imagine how big it is. And the entire infield of that place was filled with trucks and racing, and the entire time their NASCARs are driving around at 160 miles an hour, and you could like ride in them. And
I saw that like it was like a I don't know, how would you describe, like a golf cart type scenario?
It was a NASCAR limo.
Okay.
Right. So that one only went 80, but you could ride in the real NASCARs. So there was. So while the NASCAR limo was going around, they were prepping 4 NASCARs with people in full race suits, helmets, and then the NASCAR limo would do a couple laps. It would pull in, and then those cars would take off. And those cars would do 160 miles an hour around the thing.
Oh my gosh.
With someone in it. So you have that going on all day. And then you have the truck show, which was huge, with like a dyno, a Ferris wheel, and people cruising. And then you had the autocross. So you had a bunch of trucks racing around this course. Wow. And then drag races Friday night, donuts. They called it, what do you call it? Drifts and donuts. So you had trucks just like going crazy. And it was a busy 2 days.
Yeah, sounds like it. So the trucks, like people could actually take their truck on the track and race around?
So no, you mean they had an autocross track set up in the inside.
Oh, like in the infield part of it.
In the infield part. So they have an official autocross where you race.
This is like a real thing that people compete in.
Yeah, and they have them at different. They have one at each of his events, and then they have different autocrosses around that people compete in. And anyways, that was going on all day, and you could ride in the trucks that were racing.
That's cool.
So they had like a BF Goodrich ride thing where people would just line up, throw a helmet on, and you could jump in one of the race trucks and drive around.
I would imagine that there's some paperwork involved. Some
liability
releases.
paperwork. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to wear a helmet, and they have 5-point harnesses and all
Fire
that stuff.
suit.
No. These were not NAS trucks. These were just regular C10s.
Okay.
But they were like souped up. They were like souped up C10s.
Participating in the autocross. Is that similar to what? Didn't Provost host something like that?
No, So they had the Pro Truck Touring Shootout West.
That's the one. Uh-huh.
Provost was sponsor there, but
okay.
So that's the same thing. They set up a race course,
Mm-hmm.
and you go and you race against the time. So the person, you do 3 laps, and then your best time, and then you do 3 more laps in your best time, and then at the end of the thing, whoever has the best time in like different classes wins first, second, third, and all that stuff. So
that's cool. Yeah, sounds like an exciting event.
And then at the end of the day on Saturday, everyone that was in the show for free, you line up and you could drive around the NASCAR track with the pace car in front of you.
Oh, that's cool.
So like the big oval track, and this thing is steep. Like we were in that NASCAR limo and they stopped on the corner, and we were essentially looking straight down.
It's good deceiving, like the banks that those things have, huh?
So you could actually, if you go to any of those events, you can actually at the end after awards line up and drive around the track. I think you do like 3 or 4 laps around the track.
That's cool. And then so you said that there are 3 events. So all of these events hosted at different NASCAR tracks?
So the one in next month is in Salt Lake City, and it's at a fairgrounds. That's a first year event for that one. And then the one I think it's in September, is at the NASCAR track in Nashville.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, cool. So it's the same group of guys that throw it, but now I have like a ton of editing to do.
Not like all your normal stuff, and now this stuff.
Yeah, so that's like, and then I still have to put my Easy Up together. It's still in boxes. I have to assemble that.
Gee. Oh wow! Before tomorrow.
Yeah, like before a couple of hours, because Will Rucker is going to borrow my trailer, so I have to take my trailer, take my Easy Up down to him, and then load the truck up, and then we're leaving at like 6 a.m.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. So you're gonna get out there early?
Well, we have to be there by 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's vendors that are inside.
I saw that the vendor setup is between 12 and 4. Yeah. I'm probably because I got stuff going on in the morning. I'm trying to get out here by 11. I think that'll be enough time. Is it a little farther for you? How many hours is it for you?
6 hours.
Okay, see, it's only 4.5 for me.
Yeah, but the time is different there.
Oh, that's right. They're like an hour ahead, right?
Ahead, yep. So you got to account for that.
We'll see. Like I said, this came on Monday, and I'm sure everything worked out fine. So,
well, if not, then you sat outside the whole time. Your booth is outside, right? And mine was inside. It'd be really weird.
Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we got a plan for all that stuff. Wait, I had one more question about the whole C10 thing you went to this weekend.
Yeah.
How was it going to an event, not with the booth and everything? Because you do that, but not a lot of times, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think the last time I did that.
Yeah,
and that was one of the things when he offered to have he's like, you can have your booth here, as part of the basically payment or whatever, like. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, because it's going to be too much going on for me to worry about the booth. I'm going to do that. So it was a lot of fun because the hotel was right next to the venue, which was right next to a Buc-ee's.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And then it was we got a golf cart, so like we had a golf cart all weekend, and we put our cooler on the golf cart, and we just drove around, and it was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did Chupis like Buc-ee's?
You saw the picture.
I saw him, dude. He was rocking like Buc-ee's gear every single day.
He had Buc-ee's swim trunks on both days. Yeah, I'll put a photo of him right here, but it was so funny. Yeah, he was getting all kinds of candy and all kinds of stuff.
That's great. It's always fun to take someone who's never experienced it.
It is. Yeah, because now you just see it and you're like, eh. But
I know. I was gonna say that. Do you like in our group chat when Lindsay just kind of low key said like it's kind of losing its essence?
So for me especially, because I don't go there and get food.
That's true.
So now I just go there like I did for breakfast. I just got like a brisket taco and stuff. But like, I didn't get a turkey sandwich. I didn't get a brisket sandwich. I didn't
get nothing.
I didn't get nothing. I got brisket taco for the morning, and I got ice.
Yeah.
So
this last time, maybe I was in a bit of denial. I don't know what it was, but it's kind of hitting different.
I know. And you know what's funny though?
So
being that it was literally right next to the hotel, I felt like I had to go there in the morning and go there at night, and then every day. Like I feel like it's got this weird thing about it where like imagine us driving through Texas and not stopping at one.
I know that would be weird, but
Yeah.
it might end up like that someday because. I talk about this a lot. Like when we go on these trips, we kind of fall into this like repetitiveness, you know, and sometimes maybe that repetitiveness might change. We don't know.
But it is nice though. So we're not going to as many shows back east. Well, at least I'm not. You know, like so that I think the next one that I'm driving to is Last Resort.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, in October.
So by that time.
Yeah, you'll kind of get it. Yeah, because don't forget because when we went to Minneapolis, we had not just come off, but it was pretty close to the LST trip.
Yeah.
So
it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It's just funny how things just progress and turn out, you know. And that was where I didn't, like I said, I was kind of a little bit in denial the last time we went. I'm all, wait, why do I feel this way?
We'll just go to QT across the street.
Yeah, right.
Why? So how did you find that? Well, here's a new thing though, because we have the Nashville hot chicken, the Hattie B's.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Right. But now it's kind of a thing. Like you found that hot chicken place in St. George.
I did not find that chicken place in St. George. Our friend Daniel, with the C10, the light blue C10.
Oh, okay. Yep.
He told me about it because I think he's from St. George actually. I know he's from Utah, but I think he's from that area specifically.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, check out what opened up in my town, and it was.
He lives there. I don't think he's from. Colorado.
He is from St.
Yeah, I think he moved from there from Colorado. But anyway,
I see. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So he told you about it.
Yeah. He told me about it. But yeah, that's sort of like the new thing is like this whole chicken sandwich thing.
And I looked that one up. They're a chain, and one of their bigger, like more famous locations is in San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, I saw there's one like Long Beach.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to that.
When we went to the last year, we went to the Slowdown. We went to Dave's Hot Chicken.
Yeah.
And that we went way up there, but there's one in Ontario. So like, there's these things that are around. I don't know. Just
yeah, it is. There, I don't think there's going to be a lot of like well-known, unique places to eat in St. George, Utah.
Yeah, that's one thing. I don't want to. I'm not. Yeah, just that was one thing that I found interesting about this show in particular is like the city that it's in, St. George, is a pretty quiet little town.
Yeah.
And when we went there last year, I quickly found out like that place shuts down 8:00. Like 8:00, they're like, we're done.
Yeah.
Go away.
Like even the fast food places were like, we're done.
The whole city was just like 8:00, we're done. Yeah. So that's one interesting thing that I found.
I think I looked up the hours on this one, and they're open late enough. So we got to get there, get set up, or at least get the easy ups up, and because it's inside, so we don't have to do anything. It's kind of nice.
It is kind of nice, which was one of the things I was going to ask you about setting up the easy ups inside. I remember last year, I felt like I was like in a cave because we were inside, and it's kind of like a little not darker, but it is like a little darker than outside, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm underneath my easy up, which has a black top, which just completely blocks out everything. I felt like I'm sitting in a cave.
Well, you need to get a printed top, so that way,
right?
I think that's one of the things. My top is black, but it's also. I wonder if those printed tops come white and they start
white. Yeah, they start white.
Okay, so mine doesn't feel as dark, but I know exactly.
Right.
When I used to go to Scraping the Coast, I would set the easy up inside, and people would make fun of me. They're like, "Was it going to rain in here?"
I know. I thought about that too. I'm like, why don't we just set up the tables?
Because I guess it defines the booth.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
but
that part.
I'm going to bring some lights. So like, if we take the easy ups all the way up, so they're all the way up like this, and you put lights underneath there.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool.
Then it'll like brighten it up. So
cool.
And then I was going to get some back walls, I was going to actually make big banners for the back walls, but I didn't do that.
I know it's a little more expensive, but looking into like the printed walls like Switch has.
So I'm just gonna
because you could like fold those up easier, I think.
Yeah, than a banner. But I think so. The banners, there's two different types of banners you can order where we get ours, and one of them is a indoor banner.
Don't get those.
No.
I accidentally got one of those because like I was making something. I actually have it right here. I was making something and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fine. It's not. I don't need it to be durable. It's like paper, and like the grommets that they put in the corners will just rip out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not very good.
Because I had a big outdoor banner for that, so I might just get one just to. I mean, even for I know it's not going to be like full, like it's going to be the easiest to fold up, but I only need to fold it up like once or twice, and I can put it on top of everything in the trailer.
Yeah, that's true.
Or whatever, but the weight would be nice.
So anyway,
Yeah,
Rollin the Red Rocks.
It's EDC weekend.
EDC
depending
weekend.
on when you go through, because people leave. What time does EDC start? It starts at like 5 or 6 at night. So like,
I have no idea.
Well, depending on when you go through, there might be a lot of traffic there.
Yeah, I know. Now I'm a little like concerned what you were saying about being there, but I don't know. I mean, I can like my kid has an award assembly in the morning, so I'll try to leave right after that, which is around 10ish. So I think it'll be fine. This is what time I left last year.
Yeah, you got
It'll
there
be fine.
shortly after I was like already had loaded my stuff because I remember helping you pull your stuff in too.
Yeah. Well, you had a little problem last year when Will's car, when it broke down when the airline
that's right.
popped.
Yeah, and he's trailering his car, so we're not going to have that problem this year.
He's trailering his car and bringing your trailer.
He's trailering his car on my trailer.
Oh, the flat trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was using the little box trailer.
No.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
So yeah, he's taking a bunch of my stuff, so I don't have to take the box trailer. I can just take the truck.
Cool. You bringing the Maverick?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm like thinking of. I can't believe it's already this late.
I know. Well, yeah, I know this day kind of got away a little bit, but here we are.
Here we are. Anyways,
we got some more questions.
yes, we did.
Yeah, there was something I was going to bring up from last week, but I forgot. I should probably wrote it down.
The notes, Frank. The notes.
I know the notes. It was something to do about body drops, but I forgot.
Was it the body? Oh, anyways. Yeah. If you want to do a question, you have all the questions from last weekend, right?
I do, and I also have some others that were pulled from today, the last couple days, and there's some good ones. Starting with this one. This is from our friend Duggar from Utah.
Oh yeah, I just replied to him a little while ago.
Yeah, it's a good question. He says, oh no, wait, hold on. Play the music.
Oh. Hold on.
Drop!
And drop.
Dropping in.
Drop in.
Drop.
I dropped everything. I knew the drops would come.
Drop it!
And it's over.
And that was it. Welcome to Dropping In with On the Drop. Dropping in on the drop with the drop. Anyway. So our first question here is from our friend Duggar. He's also a question for Dropping In. What are some under construction trucks that you're looking forward to seeing finished? And that's really cool because one came up. The John from Canada. I forget I don't know his Instagram handle. Severed John. Jen's husband. Jen Black's
with
husband.
With the Mazda.
Yeah, the Mazda. Yeah. That thing, I saw a couple pictures of that coming together. That thing's pretty crazy. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
With like the twin turbos like in the back of the truck. Mm-hmm. So it's an LS swap Mazda, which I think it had been LS swap previously. Mm-hmm. But everything has been redone on it. The frame's been redone. They're working on the bodywork and stuff. So I just saw the frame. But yeah, it's an LS swap Mazda with a twin turbo setup, but the twin turbo setup is in the bed.
Yeah, it's got exhaust turbos on it.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. So I saw that one.
Mine would be Cheesy's.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's been under construction for a long time.
Well, that's the question. The under construction.
Yeah.
Because Canada's wasn't really ever under construction. It was like finished and then he redid it.
True. Yeah, that's true.
So and Cheesy's is like been a long time coming. Mm-hmm. And I'll put a photo of it here, but it's a 84-88 with a I want to say an 89-95 roof, Tacoma front end, Tacoma taillights.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a hodgepodge of stuff going on, but it flows really well. So that would probably be mine.
And that one's cool because like it definitely has like a didn't Bob Grant do some work on that too?
Yeah, a bunch of metal work.
Yeah, he did a bunch of metal work because that's very similar to what this one is just barely getting under construction because he barely just acquired it. But Tanner got the Twisted Sister. I think we mentioned that in a previous podcast. But that has a very similar vibe to it.
Yeah. That I mean,
Not the Tacoma stuff, but the type of metal work and the type of like lines, the way it flows and stuff.
yeah. Well, yeah, that because those trucks never came as extra cabs. His is a 79 to 83. I think those are the years. Yeah, and so those never came as extra cabs, but they put an 84 to 88 extra cab on the back of that.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And that's like when it comes under construction, or when it comes to those crazy mods like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the truck, that's the thing. It's like, oh, that never came as an extra cab, like, and it looks like it that should have been an extra cab. Like it doesn't look like they just added to it, and you can tell. Yeah. That's my favorite part. It's like Twisted Metal. Like it looks like that truck should be like an SUV. It doesn't just look like they patched it together or whatever.
And that's what Cheesy's is, because Cheesy's is although a hodgepodge of different pieces, it all flows together really nicely.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what he does at the end of that thing, like what color he paints it and all that stuff.
I have one correction to make because I'm trying to be better at this, and like I'm butchered. His name is Jesse. Oh. I was way off. Sorry, man. And I know he listens. I'm sorry. I make mistakes, but Jesse's Mazda.
When we record these podcasts, we don't prepare. Like we did not prepare today at all.
I know we kind of got thrown into.
We just got thrown into it. So some of these are not going to be dialed in. And then it's like, you remember when you long time ago when you used to buy CDs and you walk into the CD store, and on the way there and before, like the day before, you're like, I know what CDs I'm going to get, and then you walk into that music store and you forget everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of like this. It's like, I know all the stuff I want to talk about, and then when we get there to talk about it, whether it's someone's name or something, you're just like this.
Yeah, and it's just like,
yeah.
So anyway, sorry, Jesse.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the two that popped into, or one that popped into my head. Again, yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know a lot of. I'm sure there are more out there.
Yeah. What other questions do you got over there?
We got the next one here. This is from our friend Jordan with the red truck, the Red Frontier. So he says, I have a filming question. I wanted to start learning to film, and I wanted to know when filming a truck, where's the best place to start, and how do you guys tell the story of a truck to get it to make it flow properly? I thought it was a good question because this is actually kind of an interesting thing to talk about, because when I put together one of my very first like features on the truck, it was Georgie's S10. And I remember doing the whole thing, and then you point out like, hey, your shutter speed was off. And the reason was because the wheels, they look like choppy. They don't look like they're moving like fluidly or like how it would be in real life. And I always try to, remember that when I'm doing something. I gotta, it's one thing that always stuck in my head. But now, since we're doing so much stuff, kind of like grabbing clips on our phone and doing stuff like GoPros and stuff, like not necessarily GoPros, but you see what I'm trying to say. Like, does that kind of stuff really make a big difference?
Yeah, 100%.
You think so?
Yeah. So there's some cases where you can't control it, but it depends on the video you're trying to make. I'll give you a perfect example. The Cruise of the Pines video that me and Mike just did. Mm-hmm. Mike was just filming with a GoPro. So I'm waiting for ND filters right now for my GoPro because I want to be able to control that shutter speed.
Okay. With
a GoPro and a phone, you can't control it. Their shutter speed's so fast, so it looks like the wheel's not moving depending on the angle of the vehicle. Mm-hmm. But that video was not meant to be like cinematic. That video was just fun. It was just fun.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That would make sense. Yeah, you're not going to go out and do like a really nice feature.
Well, I would have. I would have, but I was driving the Nissan. Mm-hmm. Mike, he films with the GoPro. He can film with this, but he's not really dialed in to figure out, like, sometimes it's too stressful to figure out shutter speed and all stuff.
Yeah.
So if I was in the passenger seat, I 100% would have done that with my big camera. But I think if you're trying to tell a story, like if you're trying to shoot the feature of a truck, that is very important, because that you're trying to like make it a little nicer, I guess you would say.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
So learning that stuff, like your shutter speed and the reason why the wheels don't look like they're spinning, you got to figure that part out. You're like, why? I want them to look like they're spinning, because if not, it just looks like
if it's floating.
It just looks like it's floating, and it looks weird. So
That makes sense. Yeah. I want not to get too far off topic, but yeah, I wanted to bring up the Cruise to the Pines video.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We'll talk about that next. We'll finish this, but
Okay.
but yeah, no, that's those are great points.
But that really bugged me in that video. So like, not bugged me to the point where I was like, I don't care what it looks like. But the funny part too is this GoPro is the 8, so they only made this lens thing.
Oh, the fixed lens
for one. They didn't make it in the 7. They changed it in the 9. So finding ND filters was kind of hard for this, but I found them, and I'm gonna try to use those this weekend and see.
Because the 9 you can actually take the lens off, right?
You can, but yeah. So you can find ND filters for because the 9, 10, 11, they're all the same.
Yeah. You were talking about stress, like stressfulness of like setting up the camera kind of on the fly, which, you know, when you film a lot, and this really pertains to this question too. So like he asked, like, you know, how do you get like what do you do basically? Well, when you use the type of cameras that we use, there's a lot of like moving parts in it, like a lot of things you got to remember, and it kind of sucks because the second, I mean, it's just like one little thing, the shutter speed could be off, and it doesn't ruin it, because it's nothing is really ruined, so to speak, but it does, like like you said, it bugs you, right?
Yeah.
And so there is a lot of like stress involved, like dealing with all of these different moving parts while you're like either in the back of a truck bouncing down the road or doing something, right? And it's gotten to a couple points when now try to take that like same stress and apply it to someone else. So like sometimes I'll be driving the 4Runner and Angie will be filming something, and I'm like, no, 50, it's got to be at 50. And then I poor Angie, and I feel bad.
Yeah.
And sometimes she'll do it, and she'll like, here, check this out, and she'll hand me the camera. I'm like, shutter speed was off.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, well,
So
I'm like,
so the next time, just put it in shutter priority, and it'll keep it at 50 and adjust everything else. It'll never move out of 50.
Yeah, there are other things around it.
Yeah. That's so I had my little camera, that little Sony that I would. I actually just sold it the other day, but I would keep that in shutter priority, so it would never move off of 50. Everything else would move around. Anyways, we're getting a little off weird.
Yeah, we're getting
technical.
a little technical. But he asked.
Sure.
I mean, his question
So
was
I think
like,
though, like, let's read his question real quick again.
I'm going to read it from the top. Have a filming question. I wanted to start learning to film and wanted to know when filming a truck. Where's the best place to start, and how do you guys tell a story of a truck to get it to make it flow properly? Oh, I guess his question is more like, if you weren't saying like, oh, here's this truck, here's what's been done to it, like, how do you tell a story with just using the truck?
Okay, so so I have a good answer to that, I think, or a little bit of advice. Don't show the truck right away. Because what a lot of people will do is they'll just like, the first frame is the whole truck, and you're like, well, that's the story, that's the truck. Show bits and pieces of the truck, a very, very close-ups of details, like a very close-up of the detail of the wheel, where you're not even showing the whole wheel, a detail of an interior piece, a detail of like the corner of the roll pan, a detail of the taillight, if it's got graphics, a very close shot of the graphics. You can get 30 to 45 seconds in before you should even show the whole truck. So you're just like, because now people are like, oh, what is it? What is it?
Yeah.
What is it? What is it? If you just show the whole truck right off the bat, it's kind of like, now you're kind of work backwards. So
yeah, that's great advice. And I'm actually like, listening, I'm like mentally making notes too.
Yeah.
Cause like, that's what I mean. Like, you've been doing this for a long, long time. I've been only doing it for a fraction of that time, but like a lot of the times that's what I do. I just sit and I like listen to you, and I watch what you're doing, ask a couple questions here and there. And that kind of pertains to his question too. So if you're with someone who's doing it, you know, ask a question, be like, hey, you know, like, what's going on? Like, what's that for, or something, or, you know, because like I've said many times before, me personally, like, I like talking to people. I like explaining things. So like, I don't mind telling people anything, you know?
yeah, I love it too, because that's how I learned. It's just by watching and learning and asking, and another story thing too, when you're trying to tell a story, is like supporting footage. So where are you? You know what I mean? If you're in a bunch of buildings, film the power poles, film like a door, like if a door's rattling in the wind or something like that, like bunch of supporting footage, and then it's easier to do that stuff.
Man, it helps the story make sense. You said something really good a while ago. You probably don't remember saying this, but like we were talking about this same topic about like helping people from my perspective of helping people screen print. Like I love talking to people about screen printing because it's like it is my job and what I really like to do. And you said it pretty well. You said if someone asks you a question and you're kind of a jerk and you don't like let them know, they're going to find out anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to go to YouTube. They're going to find out anyway. So you don't need to have that like aggression or like abrasiveness. Just be like, hey, yeah, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
There you go. You know,
yeah. Give it the person just enough information that they like the right information to where then they can learn from that and then go from there.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, because they have to do the rest. You can't tell them everything.
And I've experienced that before. I've experienced people asking me for help and questions, and it gets to the point where I mean, this is kind of like extreme, but you're like, would you like me to like do it for you? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a balance of like explaining stuff to people, but then also that person taking the time to like learn how to apply it and do it themselves and make it better. So yeah.
And just watch a lot of videos, like not truck related. Watch videos that are, it doesn't matter what they are. You know, if someone's telling a story about fishing, watch the video because, you know what I mean? And if it's a cinematic style video or whatever, you can get pointers like, oh, you know, they're obviously there. So if you're watching it about fishing, the feature is the fish and the catching part of it. But what else did they film to bring the story together? Like what lake did they go to? Did they show the trees rustling in the wind? Did they show the close up of the water rippling, the sun kind of coming up over this? You know what I mean? Like all that has nothing to do with fishing, but it set up where you're at.
It helps enrich the story.
Yeah.
And start and that's exactly what he was asking. It's like, how do you take this inanimate thing and tell a story and make it make sense, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great advice. So hopefully that helps you out, Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah, Jordan, get to it.
So back to the Cruise to the Pines video.
Yes.
Loved it. It was so much fun, dude. And that's what you were saying. Like that was just a fun video.
Yeah. It was not so meant to be like, I used to get so stressed out about those rolling shots and stuff. And now I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, no, but it worked.
Yeah.
Like you said, it like you know, when you set out to like, and we use this like term, I don't know, but like when you set out to make something nice, you know, and take the time to set up the shots at the right time of day and, you know, doing the rollers over and over and over again. That's one thing. And that is appreciative. But sometimes when you just have something fun like that, like a couple of my favorite parts. Well, number one, one of my favorite parts, like I said, when you and Mike get together, it's gold. Is when Mike said, he's like, man, this thing is small. It's almost like a miniature truck. Dead. It was so funny. It was so very funny.
Yeah.
And then another like little tiny thing that I saw that I just really enjoyed was Mike, because Mike has his 360 camera.
Yeah.
So he's hanging it out to the passenger side doing stuff. But then as you pass it through, that little shot right there, it's sort of like encapsulated like all the fun that was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was because it was just like you're there, you're cruising, you're in this cool truck, like everything is coming together. It was fun.
It was a fun video to put together too. And
it seemed like it.
Yeah, it was. It was cool because you just film so much stuff and you just go through that footage and you just pull those little gems out of there, and that's it. You just have to just drop them in there, like boom, done. Like just dropping it. They don't have to like hang around for a very long time. They can just.
That's what I was gonna say. You don't have to really like emphasize it. It just happens, and then like the viewer just picks up on it. Like that little thing I picked up on was great.
Yeah, and that video was just under 10 minutes long, and there was so much packed into there. I was like.
Yeah,
like, this is when I got done. I was like, this didn't even hit 10 minutes. But I put that.
It was like 9:45. So.
Yeah, but I mean, like usually all that stuff, like meeting up with Mike and then going to get gas and then meeting up with everyone, then cruising, then the show, then afterwards. Like usually that's such. But I just moved it along. Like it's just
that, and that's what I want to do with my videos. And I'll keep. For our listeners, forgive us for like kind of talking about the same things over and over again. But it's just because we're like. also mentally like preparing ourselves to do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like I've said that before. Like I want to start implementing that in my videos. Like
Yeah.
cut out the fat. To stop making it so long and drawn out. Like
Yeah.
just do it. You know.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I have all your GoPro stuff in my truck.
Oh, my little bag.
Yep.
Oh,
It was under the seat, and I was like, I need to tell Frank. And then they never told you, and I was like, well, he hasn't used his GoPro.
oh wait,
'cause-
the actual GoPro.
no, I think just the little
Oh, like the little pieces.
pouch or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't used that in a while, so I didn't notice.
I'm kind of stoked to get this little ND. It's like they were like $50, but it's like a little magnet, and I'm kind of stoked to get it because and I want to try. I'm gonna just try to use this a little bit this weekend. I don't know what I'm doing this weekend as far as the show coverage goes.
That's the beauty of it. That's gonna be the best part.
I might just walk up to Graham and be like, "Hey, I'm not filming a video this weekend. How much does that booth cost?"
He's all $2,000.
I'm going home.
You just
I mean,
pack the stuff up. Where's Brian going?
oh, he never said how long the
And
video
where's
had to
Frank
be.
going?
Yeah. Wheeling our stuff out.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't really know.
We don't know. That it's funny because like we don't talk to each other as much during the week now and after this podcast because we'll talk to each other like this, and then we don't have much to say throughout the week, but we also save our conversations for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Like so, these conversations about like us filming and stuff. That's what we would just talk about in Facebook Messenger.
yeah.
So now you guys got to hear about it.
and now you guys are in on it.
Yeah. Now you're in on our little.
And the mystery is, and now the mystery is solved because I bet you will be like, what do they talk about? That's it.
yeah. Yeah.
That and new trucks and convincing ourselves to buy new trucks and then convincing ourselves out of buying new trucks. That's basically
Speaking of
what we
new
do.
trucks, that Tacoma should be being announced soon.
What to go? Oh,
The new
the
Tacoma.
hybrid. Oh, the
Yeah.
hybrid. Oh, nice.
Well,
I can't wait to get one in 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Put an order in now
Yeah.
and then get it in 2 years when it's available.
Right.
a
Yeah,
good
that's
plan.
cool. I'll look into that. That's cool.
So besides Red Rocks, what else is coming up? Because I'm like
Ooh.
kind of all over the place.
No, for nothing. Well, I mean, no big traveling. No big traveling until possibly, you're going to go to
I'm gonna
Last Resort.
Well, I'm gonna come out for unfinished business.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like I said before, that is me and Angie's anniversary weekend.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We might be doing something either the weekend before or the weekend after. It all depends on who the Dodgers are playing and when. They were gonna is it the weekend of? I don't know. Oh yeah, the weekend of they were playing the Yankees. So I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Except for you go look at tickets,
Yeah.
and it's $100 for like what's supposed to be the $24 seat. Anyway.
It's your anniversary, Frank. Spend some money.
I was ready to. Angie was the one who's like, I don't know. I don't know if I could spend that on a game.
You
I'm like,
spend
okay.
it.
I don't. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Yes, you're correct.
All right. So so I'm gonna come out. I'll be in SoCal for the unfinished business show for sure. I think I'm just gonna do a turnaround. And
I'm gonna have a little
then,
bit of FOMO on that one too, because it sounds like the club's rolling.
Yeah, you'll be like
I
not
know.
the only one not there.
Oh, and I'm probably I don't know. Maybe Adam will have his new car there.
Oh, that's possible.
Man, I want to see that thing so bad.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I know he got it out of the shop, and the wheels are done, but I don't think it's all put together yet because he's teasing us with little pictures here and there.
Yeah, Adam in our club has a Tesla, and it's getting
Yeah.
it's getting all the work done.
And all the work done, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be killer because, like, I think I've talked about this before about Adam. Adam's got killer taste, and
Yeah.
he really knows how to put vehicles together. So I'm super stoked. So yeah, I will have FOMO if you come out and everybody's hanging out.
Don't worry, we'll send you pictures.
That's fine.
Just turn your phone off.
Just turn my phone off.
Yeah, and then what's going on in July?
Nothing.
I mean, there's stuff going on, but
Well, yeah, nothing. When I say nothing,
it's
I
nothing
mean
that like
nothing
we're going
that
to.
nothing that I have planned out at the moment.
Yeah.
My next month is gonna get pretty busy because, like it's pretty known in this podcast that my kids, they play sports, and my kids are going into their one of my kids is going into their all-star season next month, and that goes from usually we'll have practice during the week, couple games. Well, the all-star stuff starts getting pretty serious, and then it's like 6 practices a week getting ready for the first tournament. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing mostly.
Well,
is
this
that
will
kind of
give you
stuff.
some time to catch up on editing too.
Which I badly need.
Yeah.
I'm so far behind. And here's another interesting thing. about this whole like social media thing, marketing world we live in. It's like, they say don't compare yourself to others. Like when you see people on social media doing well, it's always said that like that's their highlight reel. Don't base yourself on that. You know what I'm wrestling with is actually wrestling against myself, because now in my memories I'm like, oh, last year I dropped the LST video already.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Last year I already dropped the Forbidden video.
I've been there.
And now I'm like getting mad at myself. I'm like, what do you do? Why are you so far behind? Look at what you were doing last year. So it's kind of an interesting thing. Another thing to consider in the whole like social media space,
Yeah. I that's why I had to like, with all this editing that I'm doing now, it's just like how you print shirts and all that stuff. But so I'm like, I bought another computer. I bought a new computer because the computer that I bought was not keeping up with, it was just slowing me down. Mm-hmm. And so like, just since I bought this, I've knocked out like 2 or 3 edits, and it's like, it's so much faster.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
we talked about that before recently, about how like, and I was thinking about this yesterday as I was printing. Cause like, if I was to look at it kind of like as a whole, as far as my like screen printing career and like me making videos, I've been screen printing for now 17 years.
Yeah.
So if I was screen printing for as long as I've been making videos, I would still be very early on in what I'm doing, because now I'll get a job or I'll get a design, and it's like almost like not autopilot, but it is like, okay, get a design, get it going, print this out, put it on the shirt, and I have this like flowing system. Now if I was in the same position I am as far as making videos for screen printing, it wouldn't be that easy. So it's just like you were saying, finding that workflow.
That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? And that's why I was like suggested to go out and buy a cheap external monitor. Like I said, for $100, because the monitor doesn't have to be super nice, because
Just has to be there.
It just has to be there, because it might just help that workflow. Like those little things help with the workflow, the editing process so much faster. And like, you'd be like, oh, it's like double time,
Yeah. No, yeah. So just still doing that. So yeah, so over the next couple months, as things slow down for me, I'm not going to be going to as many. I'm still going to go to some local events and stuff, but traveling and stuff, I'm going to concentrate on getting videos done, because that's one thing we do, or I do, is make videos.
But it's going to be kind of nice though with it slowing down, because it will be, you'll be able to catch up and all that stuff.
We also got to plan our me coming out and doing a bunch of podcasts out there.
Oh yeah,
with some guests.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
plan that.
I'm excited for that.
Me too. I'm excited to go do something, and not because like, when I come out there and we film podcasts at your place, like it's usually coupled with, okay, we're about to go on a trip. So that kind of adds another thing to it. But it'd be cool just to have that sole thing, just go out there to do these podcasts and just do that.
And you could make a whole video about the whole day.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's cool.
Starting out at the house, like a behind the scenes video. It would be so super cool to do that.
Yeah, that would be. That's a good idea. I like it.
And then like if we go down to Switch and talk to Seth and get him on the, like you could do like behind the scenes, like film behind the scenes at there.
That'd be cool.
Go to Joe's house, C10 Vatos. You could like film his vehicles out there, or whoever we're on, whoever's on the podcast or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be
July would be a great month to do that.
Okay. Yeah, let's plan it. Yeah, that would be, because like I said, my June is pretty booked up.
Yeah, because I'm going to the Classic Truck Throwdown in the first weekend of July, but then after that, it's open.
Cool. Yeah. Well, let's make it happen. Do you want to do one more question here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time.
A little bit of time. Oh, this one was this is a good question, and I have a bit of a. Anyway, this is from our friend Matt. Matt from back east with the red Toto with the graphics on it.
Oh yeah.
So he's all, here's a question: with the comeback of 90s style mini trucks, what is the one mod you don't want to see revisited, and what's your favorite old mods making a comeback? I guess I'll start. You want me to start?
Yeah. Go ahead. You were
Testarossa kits. If I see a freaking Testarossa kit that someone does now, I'm basically saying I don't like Testarossa kits.
Yeah, but I haven't seen one done now.
But he asked, like, which one would you not want to see come back?
Oh, okay. Mine would be tweet interior.
I'm saying if I see someone building a brand new truck with a Trucksterosa kit, I might not say anything because that would be rude to say to someone.
Have you ever seen the 84 to 88 Toyota right there off the 215 in Columbia? He did pinstriping and painting for a living, and he had a mini truck. It was just lowered. It was red, and he had a Testarossa kit on it, but it wasn't a Testarossa kit. He airbrushed it on.
Oh, really? No, I don't remember that.
You look at it and you're like that, and it looked like it was on, but it was all airbrushed on. I forgot the name of that shop. I'll have to ask Matt Hutchison the name of that shop. He was a pretty well-known pinstriper in Riverside.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one. But Trucksterossa kits I never really vibed with. And to be honest with you, I don't really vibe with a lot of like 90s style, because I mean, we kind of came up in the 90s, but we kind of came up in the late 90s when the bigger wheels and body drops and
Testarosa's kits were 80s.
80s. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
80s,
they were
maybe
80s.
early 90s.
I think 90s were like the 90s was like graphics and stuff. That's when graphics, like Cal Concepts graphics became a thing.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm in the wrong decade.
Yeah. But I agree with you. You want to know a 90s trend that I don't want to ever see come back, and people, when I hear people go, "Oh, I'm going to do this because it'll be cool." Tweed.
You mentioned that many times before, and I agree with you, because tweed, I think tweed looks. I think it looks good when it's first done.
Yeah.
Like when it's brand new, okay, that I could see it. But the second that stuff starts getting dirty,
or when it's all gray and it just looks like someone carpeted their whole truck.
That's also true.
Yeah.
That's also true.
So if you have tweed out there, I'm sorry.
It's okay. And if you have a Trucksterossa and some dude is listening to the podcast and his garage is polishing his Trucksterossa, and he's like,
don't worry. I'm sure there's a lot of things you hate about us too.
oh yeah, yeah, very sure.
He also said, what's your favorite old mods making a comeback? What's your favorite old? I would say graphics.
I was going to say the same thing. Graphics, yeah. It's funny because, growing up, I was not a graphics guy.
Yeah.
I would look at them and I would think they're old. Like I would, coming up in the early 2000s, I would see the old graphic paint job. I'm like, it's kind of old looking.
Yeah.
And PS, everybody was doing like single color paint jobs. And if they were doing some sort of graphics, it wasn't crazy. It was like stars, someone just like airbrush stars on the side of their truck or something.
Matt Hutchison lives out here now, and he's got a shop and stuff. And he's like, we had this idea, him and Painter Shack did My Frontier back in the day, the graffiti on. Oh yeah, he did one side, and Matt did the other, or Mike did the other. And so when we were doing Finnegan's truck, we had an idea where Daniel Smith of Smith Works would do one side of my Tacoma. Mm-hmm. And Matt would do the other side of my Tacoma.
Oh, I remember you saying that.
And Matt, we were talking on the phone yesterday, and I was like, well, I don't know if I want to put graphics on my Tacoma. And he's like, why not? I was like, because I just don't know if that's what I want that truck to be.
That's an interesting way to look at it, because I kind of feel the same way. I really like graphics right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm really into them, because after talking to Matt a bunch and talking to different graphic guys and understanding how graphics work, like now I'm very in tune and really look closely at things. But I don't know. You know what? This is just really off subject, but I've been talking to Gonzi from Idaho, the tattooer, and because I want to get tattooed by him, and I've been wanting to get tattooed from him for a while. And he's like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And I want to do a Wu-Tang W, but have mini truck graphics like on one side. I think that'd be cool. Anyway. Yeah. But that's what I mean. I'm now that I'm like understanding
there's a right way and a wrong way to do them.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely getting more into them. But like you said, I don't know if I'd want to try. But then again, like if Eric said, "Hey man, you want my truck?" I'd be like, "Yes."
Well, that's the thing. Sick. Like I know, like I would fly Daniel out here from Florida, and we would set up somewhere and just knock this out in like pretty short amount of time and all that stuff. But like, so even if like there was a deal to be made, even if Matt was like, "Look, I'll do them for a really good deal," and Daniel was like, "Just fly me out," like what? Still don't know if I would do them.
Yeah, because your truck never had graphics.
My truck was meant to be, and I still want it to be, a Ferrari looking truck. I want it to be red with tan interior and like a gated shifter. Like I want it to be very sport truck-esque, like very European. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, well, I'll just buy something else and put graphics on it.
Yeah, I mean that's one way to do it. Whatever happened to that? Did you abandon that idea? I remember the rendering that you had of your truck when it had those like really big wheels on it. I think it's in your office. Yeah,
Yeah, it's somewhere around here. Where is it?
it's
Did I not hang it
gone.
up? No,
Someone
it's here.
stole it.
No, it's here. I just don't have it hanging up. Oh, with the
With the roof rack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really. I wanted to do that, but it just never looked right. Like I could never get it to look right.
Yeah, that is a look, because like that one I think we were just talking about this truck recently. Oh, we were talking to that guy out in Maggie Valley who bought the Mitsubishi that has that real slim roof rack on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That looks
So-
really good.
Roof racks look way better on extra cab pickup trucks than standard
true.
cab.
Yeah, that's true.
It is that. But I was very into a Euro thing back then when I did that rendering and it's a cool drawing. I'll put a picture of it on the video here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I know I need to give Sean out in Texas a deadline to get my Tacoma done so I can go pick it up.
Yeah,
Because I know he's kind of like me. If he doesn't have a deadline, it's just kind of be like if I don't have a deadline to edit a video, I'll be like, I'm not going to start on it. So
maybe that's also what I need to go back to earlier thing. Maybe I need to start setting some deadlines for myself, like get it done.
yeah, but a deadline for yourself is different than a deadline from somebody else.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
That
And
is
if you're
the-
getting paid for it too.
Yeah, that's a big thing too. Like
Yeah.
if someone like t-shirt wise, like if you were like printing custom life shirts and you knew they had to be done in 2 weeks, you're like, yeah, well, just whatever. But if someone was paying you and they're like, hey, I need these by Saturday, you're like, I'm on it, and you're like,
Yeah. No, definitely. But yeah, back to graphic, like mods and graphics and stuff.
yeah.
One time, but to go completely back off that subject.
We were on the tracks, now we're back off the tracks.
Now we're back off the tracks. One time I had a Mazda, and I'm not going to post a picture of this because this was horrendous. I found an old Volkswagen roof rack.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'd maybe see what happens if I throw it on the top of my truck. That was so dumb.
Well,
And- Because Volkswagens are very round.
yeah.
And a
Mazdas
Mazda's
are not.
So I ended up with this giant roof rack sticking off the top of this thing. But here's the thing. One would put it on and go like, no.
No, you left it on.
For a year. Anyway, roof rack stuff.
You're like, the roof rack, we put stuff under the roof rack. We didn't put it on top of the roof rack. It
was literally
yeah.
8 inches or more off the top
Yeah.
of the truck. Anyway, funny story. Graphics.
Oh, man.
Graphics
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Trucksterosa kits, no thank you. Graphics. If you asked me when I was 18, I would have said no thank you. But now I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice. Which is actually another we still got a little bit of time, because that kind of flows into this next question that we got. And this is from Mike Earth. I'm sorry if I'm saying Mike Orth. Yeah. He said any amount of money for a paint job on a Mini. Charles the Kid Armstrong. Okay, so basically he's saying if you had a bunch of money, would you hire Charles the Kid Armstrong or Craig Fraser from Cal Concepts to paint your truck? And I thought about it because I was like, well, Cal Concepts is sort of like the standard, but there are so many talented people.
I know, man. I would, if I had an unlimited amount of funds, I would have a painter I would have multiple trucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I would have, I'm going to have Frank at Eye Candy do one, because Frank at Eye Candy does graphics so well, but he doesn't get a chance to do them a lot. You know what I mean?
His clientele really
his
is
clientele
graphic.
Is not,
Yeah.
and and so like I would have him do one. Matt Hutcherson 100%, because just Matt's just the man. And Daniel Smith at Smithworks.
Yeah.
I like Gooch's stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Gooch is great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The way he said it, like you would think that like there are only these two that are the best.
I mean,
and they're great. They're really they are the best, but there are so many other really, really talented people out there.
Yeah, no, that's just a tough question, because I don't know if I would go to either of them. Not knocking either of them, but
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, if I had to choose, I would just flip a coin.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Man, now I just want a truck with graphics on it.
I know, right? We're just sitting here talking ourselves into doing a truck.
Oh,
with
and
graphics.
Alan too.
Alan, yeah. Yeah, Alan. I mean, he does graphics, but not like he's more like
Airbrushing.
I don't know, like airbrushing. But then again, so's Cal. He's like more airbrush. Like,
Well, Craig Fraser is, but
Craig Fraser himself.
yeah,
Not Cal Concepts as
a
the
whole.
shop.
I
Just
don't know.
Craig
yeah.
Fraser's. I don't know. This is out of
This
our
is
depth.
this is out of our budget.
It's out of our
For
budget.
one,
Out of our
we're not
depth.
going to have unlimited funds.
Yeah, no, right?
For two,
That's more to the point.
yeah. We could always dream though. If you hit the
Yeah.
lotto, if you hit the lotto, what would be the first thing you did? If you won $50 million,
That's so weird. I was literally just thinking about this yesterday.
oh, we should go buy lotto tickets.
That's weird because I thought about it for a good long while actually while I was just doing stuff. No one would know. No one would know. Like it's funny because like every once in a while, because you're on Reddit, I'm on Reddit, a lot of people are on Reddit. Like there's a couple things that pop up where it's like basically a how-to guide on if you won the lotto.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Just like Google it. It's Reddit, win the lotto Reddit or something to that effect. And someone had really thought it out exactly how to be successful at winning the lottery. And it's really complicated. And the fact of the matter is probably like they have this long thing about winning the lottery and what to do and really it's like almost like an essay. But then at the end they go like, you know what though? It's probably not worth it with all the problems that come with it.
Oh yeah, like all those people that get all drugged out and stuff. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people that win the lotto, myself included, are not used to having money.
Exactly. That's the
So
problem.
I love those reels and stuff that say you wouldn't know, but there would be signs. And this dude's just like flying around sideways like on a lawnmower with a V8 in it or something.
Yeah.
So
And
Frank would be like the compound, your house would look exactly the way it does now, but in the back corner there would be like a 20,000 square foot like shop built.
Yeah.
So
So
it would
with so much crap in it.
No, it would be like a brand new shop.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Just filled with just absurdly expensive things.
Yeah, exactly. But your house, the dirt road, like you wouldn't asphalt the road. It would just still be the dirt road. You would still be on the tractor out there, but in the background would be this badass shop and like this building. Just yeah.
No, but remember what you said. You said that like you wouldn't know, but there would be signs.
Yeah.
That would be the sign. They're like, how'd your road get paved?
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What are you talking about?
yeah,
No,
what?
the city did it.
Yeah,
I bought the Hesperia or Apple Valley is now it's called Frank Valley.
Frank Valley.
There would be signs. The signs would literally change from Apple Valley to Frank Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. That would happen. Anyway, that was an interesting thing.
Yeah. I would move to a house on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Yep. Overlooking like a somewhere in like North Carolina or just somewhere where it's just like you walk outside and don't hear anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would still keep everything the same. But that would just be
We'd still be building Toyotas.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. Someone else would be though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
And I would do what I just talked about. I'd be like, okay, I would drop a truck off at Jeremy's at Tray 5. I'd be like, here, build this. And then I'd give it to Frank. Here, paint this. And then, hey, Matt, paint this. Like, I would just have trucks at every single, like, you'd walk into a shop. Is that Brian's? Yeah, that's Brian's.
Yeah.
Is that Brian's? Yeah, that's Brian's.
Man, the video thing must be doing really well.
Yeah.
It must be selling a lot of merch.
That'd be funny because I wouldn't make videos anymore. The video stuff must be doing really good, but he hasn't posted in like 6 months.
Right. That's funny. Yeah. Well, cool. Right
Yeah.
on. Well, that's what I think we're about done, aren't we?
Are we?
I think so. Because I got stuff to do,
We got stuff to do.
and there's all sorts of stuff happening outside my house right now, so I got to
there?
figure that out.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Giveaways. Right now, we're giving away the Double Din from
The
Alan
doubled
Eds.
in from Alan Ed's Escondido. Thank you to Chris. I'm gonna call Seth right now and be like, hey, you have not answered 2 of my emails. Oh yeah, did you get my email about what to do record that intro?
I did. Yeah,
Okay.
I did, and I will get to that.
Yeah,
I promise.
do that real quick if you can, so we can change up this intro.
Okay, cool. But yeah, go to our website, check out livelifecustom.com, grinder-tv.com. Like I said, I'll have these cool things up. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Monday. Yeah,
I want one of those for my diet Shastas this weekend.
I got you.
All right.
I got you. All right. We'll see you later.
Bye.